What's up, nerds, and have I got a story for you? All right, you guys, so it looks like we've got another Hunger Games book on our way, and it's called Sunrise on the Reaping. Now, what's this one about? Let me pull up this story. Now, you can't really see it right here from this article, but you see Haymitch there, played by Woody Harrelson. There he is. And so this movie is about the second quarter quell. And that is the one where Haymitch, who Woody Harrelson played, his character won the second quarter quell. And that's what this book is all about, because, you know, they need this IP. They got this, they got that. This is from Vanity Fair, by the way. I'm not going to read this article. I'm just going to talk to you about it because I find it very interesting. Okay. So they need this IP, right? They need the Hunger Games because everybody loves the Hunger Games. Even I love being in this Hunger Games world. But the problem that I have with this, okay, is that we know where it ends, okay? So at 16, at 16, Haymitch won the 50th Hunger Games, which was the second quarter quell, and he won it through strategy and tough intelligence, and he faced, a lot of consequences and stuff for his actions, because in the book, the third book, I believe, he explains how he won the second quarter quell. And the second quarter quell is every 50 years of the Hunger Games, they have a special, and for the second quarter quell, I believe they chose two from each, they chose 2 boys and 2 girls from each district, because it was the second quarter quell, so you need double the fun, double the killing. And so Haymitch won, and how he won was he walked to the, and I'm spoiling it, by the way. I'm spoiling the movie and everything, but he walked to the edge of the perimeter, and we saw that in the second movie. It was also in the book, but you get to the edge of the arena. You can't leave the arena and everything. And it was a cliff, okay? And he threw something. He kicks a stone off the cliff, and the stone comes back at him. Well, then he's got to face this big, burly girl from District 1, and she's got an axe, right? And he's losing, right? I believe he said something like his eye has come out of his socket or whatnot, because he has just been beat the shit out of, right? And then he walks over to the cliff and everything, and the girl throws the axe that she has at him, and he ducks, and it goes over the cliff. And then as she's coming at him, it comes right back at her and hits her right in the head, and she dies. And because of that, because he uses the game maker's arena against them, Snow is pissed off, and they have to punish Haymitch for winning by killing his loved ones, which is his brother. I believe he has a brother that he kills, and then his best friend, I think, and then also his girlfriend. And that leads him to struggle with PTSD and alcoholism, which he does struggle. Now, in the upcoming prequel, hold on, let me pull back up that cover. This won't be the prequel, but this is just what they put out there and everything. This one will explore Haymitch's backstory and everything, and finally shed some light on his Hunger Games victory, which I just think that'll be fun to see all the mayhem and murder. But I think that, is this a good idea? I mean, it's a good idea in terms of, like, they'll get, people to come. I'll go see it. That last one, if the book is good. The last one, Songbird and Snakes, I read the book. I did not like the book. I thought the book sucked. So I was like, I'm not going to go see this movie. Like, there's no way I'm going to go in the theaters. I did see it when it went on, when I was able to rent it. I did rent it. But I just was like, I'm not gonna go to the theater to see this movie. And it didn't make that much money comparative. I think still the best movie out of all of them was that second movie. And I have to argue it's probably my favorite book. I just think that it's like, that was the third quarter quell. And I was like, me personally, when reading that book, I was like, how are they going to have another be inside the arena for another Hunger Games? And Suzanne Collins pulled it out and everything. I was like, this is good. The third book was not so great. That's my least favorite one, if you ask me. But this one, okay, so this is coming out in 2025. It says March 18th, 2025, which I'm like, okay, cool. I will definitely be buying it and reading it. And then the movie is supposed to come out in 2026. So we'll see how this turns out. But I'm curious as to see who they'll cast as a young Haymitch. I definitely think they need to cast somebody that looks like Woody Harrelson. And then I'm also curious to see who they cast as a younger President Snow, but older than they did in the Songbird and Snakes. I personally, again, I didn't like that book and I didn't like that movie. I mean, the movie was probably a little bit better than the book just because they showed the Hunger Games a little bit more. You got to see it through the perspective of the gray girl and see her kill some people and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it because that last book, in my opinion, was just shit. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you guys feel about this Sunrise on the Reaping, The Hunger Games, this new book / movie? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is just, the studio, what is it, Universal, trying to, get some more money out of this IP? Do you think that Suzanne Collins is just trying to get more money out of this IP? Do you think this story is going to be, I think this story is going to be at least decent, because even though we already know where it's going to end, at least I know where it's going to end, at least from a broader perspective of it, from that book where Haymitch tells a story, I still am excited to see what goes down, especially the movie. I think the movie's going to be super stellar because we'll get to see some kids kill each other. I always say, Rue would not have survived with me. I would have fed her some berries. I'm like, here, Rue, have some berries, or like, we'll been like, friends, and I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I would have been brutal in the Hunger Games, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see how this turns out. I think this will be better than that last book. I thought that last book sucked. And I mean, tell me if you guys liked it, though. And that's all I got for you guys. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.